Like, you say, like, what are the mistakes that smart engineers make?
It's not a mechanism to arriving at the truth, but could you say it's a prerequisite to arrive at the truth? No, freedom of speech and truth have nothing to do with each other. You don't think authoritarian regimes ever, like, arrive at truthful statements? You don't think autocracies can ever arrive at things that are true? What do you mean? No. What is this?
Like, you say, like, what are the mistakes that smart engineers make? Like, I think one of the biggest traps for smart engineers is optimizing a thing that shouldn't exist.
Yeah. So they'll just sit there and spin on that thing that's just like, why do we even have this in the first place?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So when you go through college, you know, like studying physics engineering, I studied physics. You have to answer the question that the professor gives you. You don't get to say this is the wrong question.
Right. Yeah.
But in reality, when you're in reality, you have all the degrees of freedom of reality. And so the first thing you should say is this question is wrong.
Yeah.
That's true. Why do people in this comment section hate you so much? I already said it all. Apparently,
Elon Musk.
Every single person in chat super disagreed with me, but I'm pretty sure that Alex O'Connor is like skirting like the same kind of community that Chris Williams kind of skirts. So it's a lot of these like centrist kind of philosophy people, but also like all like very heavily driven by social issues. So I'm pretty sure his entire audience like ultra hardcore fucking hates me, because I feel like we've done videos before and it's like the same type of comments, but basically Asmongold. I wouldn't say it's Asmongold here, but
planning to live within our means, yeah, that necessarily involves some temporary hardship, but it will ensure long-term prosperity. We have to reduce spending to live within our means, yeah, that necessarily involves some temporary hardship, but it will ensure long-term prosperity.
I have no idea what this is. 13 seconds. This could literally be fucking anything. I don't know, don't care. Like, he could be talking about climate change there. I have no idea what that is.
Mi gente, normalmente yo no soy una persona de contestar este tipo de cosas en las cámaras. Pues en mis redes sociales me refiero, en una entrevista así. La razón por la cual yo apoyé a Donald Trump era porque yo pensé que era lo mejor.
Wait, is he speaking Spanish? What the fuck? Nicky Jam, who stood on stage with Donald Trump 1 month ago while wearing MAGA hat, says he is withdrawing his endorsement of the former president. Damn.
Apoyé a Donald Trump era porque yo pensé que era lo mejor para la economía en los Estados Unidos, donde vivimos muchos latinos, me incluyo, muchos inmigrantes que están sufriendo por la economía.
Puerto Rican accent? Does Puerto Rican accent make it sound significantly different? I usually understand some things. This is like way out of like any Spanish I've heard before.
Y él siendo negociante pensé que era el mejor movimiento. Nunca en mi vida pensé que un mes después iba a venir un comediante a criticar a mi país y a hablar mal de mi país. Y por ende renuncio a cualquier apoyo a Donald Trump y me echo a los lados a cualquier situación política. Puerto Rico se respeta. Nicky Jam.
Wow. When I have a disagreement with a girl now, I export my entire chat history with her into AI and ask her to analyze the conversation, then paste the results to her. There's absolutely nothing she can do. It's a brutal mog. I then tell her to contact me after she has spoken to AI. Ratings out of 100. Rational, logical. You, 95. Analytical, clear. Her, 15. Emotional, reactive. Emotional regulation, you, 90. Stable but cold. Her, 25. Volatile. Poor control. Victim mentality, you, 5. Takes responsibility, her, 85. Default mode of victimhood. True. Hold on. Ooh. What is this? Oh, Dan just discovered the X kills me logs. Uh-oh. What is this?
No more. And Destiny have been on a crusade to try to ban Hassan.
Thank you for J6 Research. I must admit I used your database to find a few specific clips for my video. Appreciate it. I hope you don't mind. Of course not. Good job.
Ethan Klein. No more. And Destiny have been on a crusade to try to ban Hassan from Twitch, which is so insane on so many levels. But the reason why they're doing it really is because he's Muslim.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Is he doing it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
We can all agree this is an insane statement, right?
Uh-oh.
Well, then I have a fucking interesting question for you all, my friend. Why is it that Hassan Piker fucking reshared this on TikTok?
By the way, if Ethan, Hila, and Hassan, okay, we're all out at a fucking hummus bar or wherever the fuck Middle Easterners go, people would be applauding Ethan and Hila for bringing their white friend to enjoy some Middle Eastern food, okay? Like, give me a fucking break here. Holy shit.
This motherfucker retweeted a fucking video saying the reason I hate him is because he's Muslim. What kind of conversation are we having here? Like, he's ignoring, he's refusing to address any of my points, and he's reposting shit that says the only reason I criticize him is because he's Muslim? Like, what the fuck are we talking about? This is pathetic cowardice. Jesus Christ.
True.
Top comment on this is something about like
I don't even...
Ethan and his IDF wife. That's what I'm referred to.
I don't
The
even
circles.
look. And then, oh God. And then they said calling Sam Cedar anti-Semitic. These fucking people are so pathetic. Like, the Majority Report, they do a segment about me. And the segment, they say, we didn't watch the videos. And so they just react to Hassan reacting to my videos, who admits he didn't watch the videos.
Ah, the simulacrum. Yes. And then whenever people think of what you said originally, they think they remember what you said originally, but they don't actually know what you said. They just know what Hassan said you said.
And in that, and through Hassan, who didn't watch the videos, and through them who didn't watch the videos, they've concluded that I called Sam anti-Semitic. Does anybody remember me calling Sam Cedar anti-Semitic?
Oh, this is 4 days old.
Why would I do that? Why the fuck would I do that? That's insane. These people are so pathetic. They can't even dream of a world where they actually just interface with the real point of what I'm trying to say.
Never. It's always the goal is to never actually engage with the real substantive points.
Okay. So fucking infuriating. It's frustrating. It's like I can't have a real conversation with them about it because they just caricaturize me. And
True.
Now everywhere I see this, like, oh, Ethan called Sam Cedar anti-Semitic. Can you believe that?
True.
It's funny because they're all like, oh, I'm anti-misinformation and I'm
Trump is dealing the groundwork to contest Pennsylvania election results coming in without evidence this morning. The whole Commonwealth somehow is cheering at large-scale levels. Ooh, he typoed. Pennsylvania is cheating and getting caught at large-scale levels rarely seen before. I report cheating to authorities. Law enforcement must act now. Guys, oh, actually, I know what I'll make you watch while I do emails. This is just unhinged, okay? But hold on. Still waiting for mainstream media to touch the story. New York Democrat writes scathing letter to Amazon CEO accusing popular streamer of anti-Semitism. Where is our WAPO New York Times story? Where are they? Keith Wood's YouTube. He has me blocked. Guy who thought Egypt and Russia share a border calls the guy designing rocket ships low IQ for not understanding civics. Okay. Was it even Egypt? I thought it was Turkey and Russia. But, okay. Also, I don't even know how these... I don't think the way that you're trying so hard to make these statements even remotely relatable to each other. Oh, this is a Nick Fuentes fan. Gotcha.
Look, I'm gonna try my best not to cry. I've been under so much stress. Because I promised Eddie and like...
All right, I don't care.
It's been a hard year for American Jews. For generations, many of us have been...
I definitely don't care. Okay.
She is guilty of everything she's accusing Trump of. Right in this very segment. The irony is fucking palpable here. The difference is she is supposed to be disseminating truth to the public. And Trump is supposed to be advocating for his victory. So she is the piece of shit.
Wait, what did he just say? Wait, what? She claims that she's doing good and Trump is supposed to be doing bad. So if she doesn't meet her standard, she's actually horrible. And Trump is just doing what he's supposed to do. It's got to be like a big troll, right? Like after the election, Adam's going to be like, guys, I was memeing, obviously. No sane human being could really be this fucking retarded, right?
Rally is using a kind of extremism that we're not used to in certainly in the last 2 weeks of U.S. Presidential campaign.
Ruth, to Ann's point, he's using this rhetoric to get these folks, to get them out to vote. I just wonder, is he?
Oh, and this MSNBC piece isn't rhetoric to get people out to vote. Oh my God.
He's using this rhetoric to get these folks.
Presidential campaign. Using a kind of extremism that we're not used to in certainly.
To get these folks, to get them out to vote. I just wonder, is he?
Oh, and this MSNBC piece isn't rhetoric to get people.
The difference is whether or not somebody feels like you're being racist or evil or lying, right? That's why am I even responding to this? This can't be real. He's not like a serious, like I don't even think he believes this shit, right? He can't possibly.
Oh my God. This is an incendiary, violent rhetoric to get people out to vote. This is just insane to me. Okay, I am serious. Like when these people are thrown in jail, I'm not going to shed one tear. I'm not.
Why does NVIDIA GeForce Experience, the app I use solely to update my fucking drivers, requiring me to set up an authenticator? What the fuck is on this app that I need to be secure? Bro, don't ever use GeForce Experience. I don't know why anybody uses that. Why are there 12 different programs? Why are there 12 different programs on your computer to manage your per video game graphics settings? Has anybody ever been like, oh man, hold on one second. I need to go into my NVIDIA control panel. Hold on one sec. Like I really want to play Metro 2030, but I need to go into my my NVIDIA control panel and I need to change my like per fucking application 3D rendering settings, right? Or it's like, all right, I won't do it here, but I do need to open my GeForce Experience and I need to load the custom profile I have for this one fucking video game. Or wait, not there. I do need to open up my like I can change the graphics in the fucking game. There's so much redundant dog shit. And you know where it all stems from? You know where all of this bullshit stems from? All of it comes from these people. All of it comes from these people. You have to let go of the perfect way mentality and just stick to getting shit done. You can revise it later if the project scope gets bigger or if you're using too much hardware resources. Otherwise, you're going to waste a lot of time trying to perfect little scripts. What a retarded fucking statement to make, right? Oh, let's just do a hacky fuck solution here. We'll revise it later if we need to. Kill me. 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 These people are the reason why NVIDIA GeForce Experience needs an authentication for your graphics drivers update, okay? Do you know John Carmack? He agrees with you, a very respected software engineer. He's worked on very big things. Yeah, me and Carmack go way back, okay? We are bros. Friends to the end. We made Doom together. I don't know. I don't remember which game we worked on, but... Okay, I need to... You think Puerto Rico might become a state in the future? Republicans would never, ever, ever allow that. Wow, new. Thank you for the one gifted membership. That being said, I don't know if I would co-sign Carmack because I feel like I saw a YouTube video of Carmack saying some retarded shit. Like he sounds like a guy that learned how to program in the 80s and he's like ass pained that it's not the same. I don't know if it was him or some other dev, but he was like, it was one of those like standard like people that have only ever worked on small projects in their entire life and then can't handle like larger environments when you've got to coordinate with 50 other fucking departments. Because it was like there was a line of code that I just wanted deployed in this game, and back in the day we could have deployed this in like 10 minutes, but now I've got to talk to another dev, and then I got to talk to a manager, and then they've got to like implement it as part of like the fucking pipeline, and then they got to do all the unit testing, and back in the day we could have deployed this in 10 minutes and now it takes 2 weeks. It's fucking bullshit. And it's like, okay, well, I don't, but maybe that wasn't Carmack, maybe it was somebody else. I don't know. I feel like it was Carmack that did that, though. The Fallout creator, not Carmack. Oh, maybe. Oh, it was a Fallout dev. Oh, okay. That contradicts what you just said about optimizing everything, though, LeMayo. First of all, I've never said you should optimize everything. I'm just saying that you should do things correctly the first pass through. Don't do a hack job when you don't need to do a hack job. Number one, okay? And number two, what I just said had nothing to do with optimizing. It had to do with working with larger environments and larger environments with other programmers when you have a bunch of other shit hanging in the balance. Are you changing the layout of the studio for Tuesday? No, I'm just building a second room next to the main one. I'm probably working on more tonight after anything else.
I am serious. Like when these people are thrown in jail, I'm not going to shed one tear. I'm not going to shed one tear for these people.
Based.
I think that's too slippery a slope if you start throwing people in jail for stuff like this.
I'm just like, the great reckoning is coming, man.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Jesus.
What's your take on HRT? Very good research.
Just learned about variables in Python yesterday, so he's now an expert on software development, apparently. No, you know what I just realized, though? I realized that engineering has similar concepts across a lot of fields, and I'm not a fucking retard. So I need to stop giving deference to these. I don't even want to call you code monkeys, okay? I don't even want to call you code monkeys, because I think code monkeys, all right, would at least have the wherewithal. You're like code... Not code monkeys. What's worse than a code monkey? Not somebody who just does bad code, but somebody who... You have the wherewithal to know that you could be doing a better job, but you choose not to for lack of desire to even know what you're working on, know what you're doing, the fact that you're not going to be working on maintaining it, the fact that it's worse. You're worse than it. You're a code terrorist. That's what you are, okay? You're a code terrorist, all right? All your takes on software engineering are like 95% correct. Yeah, obviously. I know they are, okay? But people are acting like when I say I don't want to scan a folder every 30 seconds, they act like I'm talking about building like sophisticated unit tests for a fucking bash script, okay? People think like, nobody... Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about, okay? If there's a particular function that's literally built to do what I want this to do, why would I use a hack solution? That's all I'm saying. I don't care about any of this also. We're not talking about this. I don't care. All right. We're watching this. What is this?
What's your take on HRT? Very good research. HRT seems really safe in humans and seems really good. We have like 60 years of collected research on it. I would 100% do it when I get 10 years older. Thoughts on Brian?
Wait, what? Say that again?
What's your take on HRT? Very good research. HRT seems really safe in humans and seems really good. We have like 60 years of collected research on it. I would 100% do it when I get 10 years older.
Oh, oh no! Ah, shit! I just understood what I'm sorry. I just understood. He's thinking TRT, which is technically like HRT, but I understand. Yeah. I'm like 60 years of HRT research, but I mean, TRT is kind of right. I mean, but yeah. Oh shit. Destiny, bro, you kind of sound like Elon when you talk about coding, though. Talk in length about the subject without dropping buzzwords. What did I just say that sounded like Elon? What do you mean? What? I don't even think I don't even know if I use buzzwords because I'm joking. Usually stuff I'm talking about is just like basic organizational principles, though. What do you think? What do you think I've said? That is, let's wait for it. All my homies love Biden. Go ahead and tell me. Drop it. The thing about unit testing, a bash script, was retarded, but also probably a joke. Oh, it was half a joke. I mean, theoretically, couldn't you build like a module to test like a bash script or whatever if you want it? Like have it. I don't know if you fucking got it. I'm not actually sure. I don't know how much you can load into like a bash script. Is it just like PowerShell commands? I'm pretty sure theoretically you could. No. You can test almost anything. Yeah, fuck you. You can, but it's retarded, though. I understand it's retarded. That's the whole point. Yes, I said it's retarded. People are acting like I'm saying you need to like spend 12 fucking hours on a fucking building a script or whatever. I'm not saying that but I've never said that. I just said that I don't want to. If a program has an API that tells me when a recording is done, why would I want to scan a folder every 30 seconds? Okay? That's all I'm saying. That's such a simple, easy to understand concept. Yes, okay. I think it's better to do things quickly rather than perfect it on a second attempt. Sometimes when you try to do something perfect, you can't see what the real challenges are until you have like an attempt. Okay, you need to understand that when people say things like that, when people say you should try something the first time, okay, without doing it perfectly, okay, there are guidelines to all of this, right? You shouldn't, if you have like a project that you want to start, you probably shouldn't be spending 1 billion fucking hours on your first like fucking 15 lines of code or how you want to open a project or whatever. Sure, okay? But that doesn't mean that you do a hack fuck retards fucking patch solution for every single fucking part of your project. You're like, well, I have to ship the MVP tomorrow to myself, okay? On my own fucking one member GitHub that will never have another contributor in its entire fucking existence, right? That's all I'm saying. If there's a proper way to do something, then do it. You don't have to do a hack patch job on everything because you don't have to do it perfect. No one is talking about going through and spending hours and hours and hours. It's a simple Python script. What are you talking about? How are you so fucking retarded? Holy shit. Kill me. Like, doing a Python script perfectly the first time, if it's not perfect, but I'd say just use the fucking built-in command that exists. There's a whole list of functions that exist that do explicitly what you want to do. Why would you do a hack job and not use the tools available to you, right? It's like some dude showing up with a giant fucking black rubber dildo, hammering fucking nails into the building, and you're like, what are you doing, bro? And it's like, what do you mean? Why aren't you using a hammer? Bro, I'll come back on a second pass with a hammer. Fuck you. I hate you all. Who joined? Uh-oh. Lycan. Hello.
Hey, baby. Can you do me a favor?
Oh, no. What?
Can you take a deep breath, all right? I want to talk to you, all right?
Okay.
Okay. So you want a script that runs in the most fluid way possible, right? You want it to be just architecturally fucking the most optimum thing, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That's your ultimate goal, as you said, because you're autistic, right?
Well, not because I'm autistic, but because that would be like the best designed script, but yeah.
Okay. And so well, let's play product owner for a second. So you want this script to run in OBS and you want it to be triggered by an OBS event, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and you want that OBS event to be the end of the stream. Yeah.
Or the end of a recording. Yeah.
The end of recording. Okay. So once that video file is finalized, it gets transferred.
Yeah.
And that's what you want it to do.
Yeah. I mean, I have it now, but yeah.
Okay. Well, no, I'm not gonna do it. You demotivated me yesterday. But,
okay.
All right. So what is the? What if they change something in OBS and that no longer works?
What if they change something in OBS and that no longer works? Well, generally, when you're updating stuff, if you're going to be updating stuff that's going to fundamentally change how certain plugins or other things work, usually that's part of the update package, number one. Number two, the thing that you're talking about breaking here would literally be, they would have to be rewriting the Python module that they have for OBS, which I guess they could do, but if they were to do that, they would update it. But I mean, if they update it, they update it. But I mean, they'll make an announcement. I don't foresee them updating their. I don't even know when the last time they've updated this is.
So I didn't hear where you said that because I was half listening before I wrote that one. Wrote quote GPT, but you were saying you want this to run like if it is external to the program, you're not tied to it, and you never have to worry about an issue with that. If like you just have your own standalone program. Like, so what is that?
Wait, why would I want to create a standalone program?
Because then you're not reliant on OBS technology integrating with your software.
Well, but OBS
it
does
can
exactly
right now,
what
yes. But I'm saying, what if you wanted to use this for something else?
Then maybe I would consider expanding the scope of the project.
Right, but didn't you say that was an issue? Like before yesterday when I was bringing this up, you're like, yeah, but what if I wanted to do something else, like rename or whatever? And I was like, yeah, you just build onto the program. And you said that was inefficient.
Because you're talking about creating a whole secondary program when I can do everything within my current program. I would need to justify. You're talking about like a scope that is outside of even my imagination right now. So why would I build a whole second?
It's just a Python script. What's the difference if it lives in there, operates, isn't using unnecessary resources, and does the job you need?
It's a difference between what and what?
You said it's just a Python script, right?
That's that's loaded into OBS, yeah. But you want me to make a separate program now?
A significant scope difference. No.
Wait, didn't you just say make
it lives in OBS, but it lives in OBS, but it's still going to operate. Like when you run it from OBS, it's going to run through the triggers that you have in the whatever it's called, right? But it still has to run. So what's the difference if it's running by itself on your computer as a background process?
As opposed to running in OBS?
Yeah.
The difference is I imagine you would have to give a whole other program like access to like your account, access to your drives. It's a secondary.
I mean, if you wanted to go, I thought are you doing this just locally on your computer?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're moving it to that folder that uploads it then to the cloud, or just you want it in a different folder?
To upload it to, I want it to move from one folder to the other folder.
Okay. So there's no access you have to give it. You just have to point it and tell it where you want it to move from A to B.
Well, the program itself needs like an access control in order to move files, to even write files from one drive to the next. What do you mean? It needs programs need permissions to write files and move files.
I mean, that script is pretty small. It doesn't do any sort of access. You just run it like as administrator. Wouldn't it still require the permissions even if it was running from OBS? But even then, I don't think there's any permissions involved in the script.
If
I'm trying to understand. You're saying this as if it's got to reach into your Google
the fact that you
Drive
said you just would just randomly create an executable that should just run as admin on an account and have permissions to literally delete your entire drive when there's not even a reason to have it.
Where's the delete? There's no functionality to delete.
It's
moving. It's dragging and dropping.
Oh, I'm just saying. Oh, sure, I understand with that particular script. I'm just saying there's if I can do all of this inside of OBS, why would I create an external thing? Like, give me what is a functionality that I can gain from this external thing that I don't have like in OBS?
Well, it's additional level of effort to make it work with OBS. It was much easier to do it without it. So that's one. So you have lower scope, and two, it's effortless. Like there's nothing like being lost doing it this way versus that way.
I mean, first of all, the additional level of effort in OBS is very low. Number one.
But you brought up the scope thing, so I'm just saying technically it is a lower scope.
Number two, how would I even walk me through how this script would even work externally if I'm running it outside of OBS?
Well, it does that thing you really hate, which is that it just checks the drive and sees if anything has been added that matches your parameters.
How does it know when the file is done being appended to? It's done being written to?
There's a check in the script that can tell if the file is actually a finalized video file.
What is that script? Where? Link me this.
Hold on.
I'm curious how a simple
It's in your
Python
email.
script can check to know if an MP4 is done being written to or not. Is there like a specific library that it calls or a module or whatever that checks, like that knows what the ending of an MP4 looks like? Or
Yeah, because when I had it first do the first thing, I was like, oh shit, it's going to have a file in the folder already, but it's not going to be a completed file. So I said, hey, I need you to add functionality that makes sure this video file is done processing and can be transferred.
Hold on. Wait, what the fuck? Hold on.
Next, we'll talk about the Goldstone API.
Which part of this does it? What line am I looking at? I'm just curious.
Hold on, let me pull it up. The is file stable. This line.
Okay, hold on.
I don't know how to send code in Discord.
Okay, what do you think this does?
It's checking it if the file is done being finalized. So when
Is it, or is it just checking to see if the file size has changed?
Well, hold on. I have to use ChatGPT because I don't program.
Okay, it looks like a file size check.
Well, no, that wouldn't make sense because the file is constantly like. That wouldn't.
I mean,
make
I'm
sense
reading
'cause
this.
I've
If new
recorded it.
size does not equal initial size, return false. If initial size equals new size, return true. It looks like it's checking the file size. It's comparing it to whatever the time interval is. And if the file size has changed, then it returns an answer that is going to ultimately determine if the script moves it or not, right?
Maybe. I mean, but if that's doing it, then fuck it.
I don't know. It could be that this works, but I don't always know the behavior as well of how these files work. I don't know if it's possible that in some computational heavy cycles, OBS stores into RAM some of the video that would be written and it gets written in chunks or something like that. I don't know if that would happen or not. It might not.
That's where we go to testing, baby.
So you want me to do unit testing on a suboptimal subpar
I don't want you
script
to do unit testing,
that's
dog.
not-
Just fucking. I ran a 2-minute stream demoing this, and then I hit stop and started recording again, waiting for it to rescan, and then it grabbed the file and it moved it.
Testing is not running it to see if it works one time.
No. I know. What I'm saying is, then cool. You have the fucking program running. You just go ahead and see if the next time you do a stream, it fucking works.
Okay, I think that
That's
like
way less effort that has to happen than writing the extra code.
I feel like just using the library that's literally built into the API of OBS that is literally built for exactly and explicitly this.
I just want you to stop saying that like it's doing it wrong, doing it the way I'm doing it. It's just a different way of doing it.
The reason why I would say that this is suboptimal or wrong is because if you are working within a program and you have a specific library that has specific calls that are literally addressing exactly what you want to address, that if you try to work around those or you don't just like read the 2 minutes of documentation to learn those commands and you start doing hacky external ways of writing things, that you could run into a whole bunch of problems that you can't even conceive of as being problems because you just are unaware of like how the program works or how it changes or whatever. What if, for instance, like you talked about before, you like here, I can think of this right off the top of my head, okay? You said before, what if OBS updates and they change all their API, right? Well, they would say that, right? But what if OBS updates in a way that it changes where exactly it records its files to, right, initially. But if it did do that, my guess is they would probably update internally the program to compensate for that in some ways, to make sure that the endpoint behavior is basically the same, right? Our APIs still work. Don't worry, we changed this internal thing in OBS, but don't worry, all the APIs still work. We've made sure that everything is fine. But for this script, well, now, because OBS is writing their files differently, now your whole script is broken. You have no idea why. Because OBS updated something and they maintained both their API and the documentation of the API, but because you're doing a hacky external solution, you have no idea like what just broke on your thing.
So are you saying that the format they use changes, or what are you saying changes in the files?
Let's say that OBS says that from now on for recordings, OBS has decided to always write into a native invisible folder and then automatically move the recording once it finishes. But this will have no other impact on all of the rest of the OBS behavior. All the APIs will still work. Everything is updated internally in the program to make sure all the directs and everything still work. Like if they were to change that, this script would break theoretically. Or no, it would.
Wouldn't
break.
Wait, would it? Because you're saying it writes to an invisible folder, and then once it's done, it moves it to the folder that you get to select in the OBS settings. That's what you're saying, right?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, then it's still continuing to scan that folder for that file. So then once that file makes it over to the folder after it's done in it finalizing, the script still works.
Yeah, sure, it could, but I'm just saying like that's an example of a thing. I could think of a different test. But that's like an example of a thing where they can change the way that they deal with files, and an external script isn't going to account for any of this. Yeah, it might work, it might not. But if I just use what's in OBS that has the specific tools built for these specific things, I'd never, ever, 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 ever have to worry about some particular thing like that ever happening, ever.
Okay, I made my case. I just think it's fine, and it's pretty, and has a little GUI.
Why would you not just use the API built into the program?
I can't think of a reason not to. I'm just saying that you have the solution before you have to get to that.
What do you mean before you get to that? Wouldn't you start there? Wouldn't you start in the program with their APIs? You would start with their APIs to see if they can literally deal with because they probably have, right? The whole point in creating programs and APIs is to give people easy ways to deal externally with your program, right?
I mean, it just depends. Like, so the program that ChatGPT wrote for me, it lets you select your target folder and your destination folder, which maybe, I don't know, gives it uses for other things. But you get to do that. Select your keywords that you want it to use.
I'm not saying that it can't be done, right? As program, there's probably a trillion ways to solve this problem.
Right, but that's all the main functionality is the transfer piece, and then the other main functionality is how it identifies stuff. So mine is scan folder every 30 seconds, if then blah, blah, blah. And the little check for, making sure that the file is done being written to. But then the OBS one is, now this is what I asked you, and I don't know, you said it was a ChatGPT message, but are you using Advanced Scene Switcher? Like, is that the plugin that's required for you to do this?
No, these are just Python scripts.
No. Right. I get that it's just Python scripts, but I'm saying, how are you getting the signal that a recording is done?
Doesn't OBS, the program, output on some, I don't know what layer where the channel would be, but I'm pretty sure OBS itself is outputting the signal on the program. It's like that's...
But that would have to be something that's written. And so then you would need something that's scanning a log for that.
Wait, something that's written? It's the program itself is written. The APIs are to access the what the program is outputting. No?
Okay, I get what you're saying. You're saying the OBS has an API that you would interface with that gives the signal. Okay.
That's the whole point of an API, right?
No, it is. It is. I was thinking of something else. All right, so yeah, I mean, you could do that, or you could just scan the folder. I don't know. Maybe the API is super easy to work with, but when I was searching how to do this to automate it, the answer I got was was you have to use that plugin, and then you have to plug in all the information into the script so it works, open up a socket. I don't know if that other guy's script didn't do that, and it just used, basic OBS without anything.
Well, yeah, I mean, we can just, there's no other thing that needs to be done, right?
No, I'm just saying it still works.
Sure. I don't understand why, if you're working with a program, why we wouldn't just check the docs on that program first to see if they have, especially an open source program that supports a plethora of plugins that has like huge community support. It just seems like it would be obvious to check that program and their API and their documentation to see if it can do what we want, like in a neat, elegant, pre-built way.
Elegance. It all comes down to elegance. not utility.
Well, I think elegance is nice because generally, not always, but generally elegant solutions are somewhat future proof, and they're the least prone to like random breakage from crazy solutions. And then if there are updates to OBS that changes some fundamental thing in OBS and it breaks your solution that was like using all the OBS stuff, like you'll know exactly why or exactly what's happening, ideally, assuming it's a well-documented project and all that.
Okay. Well, I just, there's a reason that I don't do the development at all in these fucking things, but I'm just saying it worked. That was it. And that was your claim. I didn't remember hearing it has to use the API. I just remember that it had to move files from A to B and it has to work or else you're going to be pissed if people send it. And I did send a working piece of code to you.
I mean, yeah, it did indeed, work, but I mean, like, any code that compiles works.
No.
Right?
Hold
like,
on.
I mean,
no. It matched your parameters. You said it needs to be based on a name and it needs to move it from point A to point B at the end of the stream, and it does exactly that.
Okay.
So. If you want to continue to discuss additional features, we'll have to reassess. I'll have to get with the lead developer. We'll have to talk about scope, do another session, and get you an SOW, and we'll do that ASAP, all right?
Gotcha.
But appreciate your time. It's been great. Really looking forward to the next phase of this project. And if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call or a text any time of day. I'm here to serve you. Hope you have a great one.
Thanks. I love you, buddy.
Bye.
Okay. Okay. Lycus version doesn't do it at the end of the stream. It does it within a time after the stream is done. No, I'm aware. I'm sure that the version, actually, I haven't gone through to see if this does work, but I'm sure there are tons of ways to solve the problem. But if there's like there's literally a built-in list of APIs, like the maintenance and the documentation around those, I would imagine, on a well-supported project, okay? I'm adding that qualifier because I know some fucking retard is like, whoa, what about this thing that hasn't been maintained since fucking 2004? The API is subject to change. It might even be updated to use a preferred API by third-party extensions that might not even be documented or incompatible. Hack only relies on you assumptions. Sure, but like there are going to be projects that you work on. Like I need to stop saying this is my guess. I just think most programmers are retarded. I don't care. I don't care that I don't know anything about programming. Okay, I don't give a fuck. I will say it. Okay. And I'm not going to say my guesses. I'm going to say this with more strength, okay? If you're not a fucking retard, when you go into a project, okay? If you go into a project called Webcam Recorder V 1.7.4, last update 2012, and you want to make some fucking scripts or something for this, yeah, you're probably going to do stuff that's external to the program. You're probably not going to be perusing the fucking APIs available on some shit that was written on Windows XP or something. Yeah, for sure, okay? But if you have like one of the most widely supported open source programs in the world, and you're making scripts for it, my guess is you're probably going to say, okay, well, let's check the documentation on what like already exists for the API. Why would I ever maybe I don't even need to think about this particular thing. Maybe the API already very neatly has an answer for me built into it because that's the whole point of a fucking project like this. Maybe, but maybe not, you know? Maybe I'm the retard. And in which case, I will be retarded. I don't care. Okay. What? Did this guy block me after talking shit to me? I know he didn't do that, did he? Why the fuck can't I retweet this guy? Why did you even decide to do Python? Why not use Rust? I don't know. I thought they just take Python. Apparently you can do Lua. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Track DMs on Discord. The API used for your script has not been changed in literally 10 years. Cute. Not to mention that constantly pulling a folder like that would cost system resources. It's literally just less efficient, less reliable. Yeah, but nowadays there's so many resources available on machines. I don't think people give a fuck about depleting some small amount of system resources because there's systems are so powerful. They're like, fuck it. Okay, what was I doing? Oh.
Sometimes in a negotiation, you got to go with your gut, right? Let's demo it. You there. Sit down. See what I did there, guys? I listened to my gut. I listened to my instincts. I listened to my impulsive thoughts. I thought, what's the craziest thing I can do right now to throw the opposition off his guard? Think I wanted to do that? No, that's gross. That's gay. But my instinct, my gut knew that by kissing Dylan here, I'd confuse him and get the upper hand. Still not getting it? Okay, let's demo it again. Dylan, get back up here. All right, unzip your pants.
Jesus. Am I doing absentee? No, I didn't request my ballot early enough, and they don't machine gun them out because we want to protect democracy. So just go vote early. I'll probably do it tomorrow.